What's going on, guys? So it is September 20th. Just down here at the spring in my neighborhood, checking things out, seeing who's down there, seeing what's going on. It's kind of dead actually down here. It's a nice day though. I guess everyone's out and about, which I'm gonna do a little bit later and go to the river nearby my house. But I figure I'd come down here and check it out and see who's down here. But as you guys see, it's not too many people. It's a nice day though. Probably around 80 degrees, somewhere around there. But not too many people down here. Kind of odd. But here's a good place to go over a few things. In a little bit, I'll show you. I did make a sale on Friday, yesterday. The Carnival Cruise Lines, which I sell the options on, it not tanked, but it went down a good bit, almost $1. So I found that as an opportunity where I could sell an option. I had a little bit of cash in my account. I'll show you that in a minute. But first thing I wanted to go over with you guys, William in the comments, he was wondering about Delta. I made a video on Delta that you can watch. But if you do use the Charles Schwab account, I'll show you here exactly where to go to find the Delta. Okay, which every option chain has Delta. And when I say Delta, Delta means if you sell an option and you want to know the probability of it going in the money. In the money, say the stock is at $32 and you pick a strike price to sell a put at $31. So there's a dollar from 32 to 31. There's a dollar that it has to go down to be in the money. So in the money would be below, on a put, would be below $31. So if you pick that as your strike price, say the expiration date is a week away, all right, you got 5 days, and the stock stays above your strike price of $31, you're out of the money. So if you're selling a put and it goes below your strike price, $31, then you're in the money, okay? So what does that mean? At that point, by expiration, if, say the expiration date, like I said, is Friday, and it gets to expiration, when the market closes, if your stock is below the strike price on a put that's in the money, anytime it's in, I don't care if it's 1 penny, doesn't matter, it will buy the shares for you. So on the call side, if you pick a strike price of $32 strike price and the stock is at 31 by expiration, same thing but opposite. If it goes above the strike price by expiration, at the close of expiration, it will sell your shares. So calls, it'll sell your shares if you're in the money. So calls above the strike price by expiration, puts below the strike price at expiration. So puts, you'll buy the shares, calls, you'll sell the shares. All right, I'll show you right now. I use the Charles Schwab app. Everybody's got different platforms they use. So with this app, I'll show you where to find the Delta. And that will tell you exactly, like, I'll show you in a minute, hold on. I'll show you right on here so you guys see better. So if I go to trade, right, I'm going to sell an option. I go to trade, I'm selling an option. I go up here to options. I pick the stock that I want to sell the option on. So I'll go to Carnival Cruise Lines. And then you go to the option chain. So the chain is right there. Click that. All right, now you have the option chain, right? So on the Charles Schwab app, if you hit this wheel right here, you hit edit columns. So these are the columns right here. So if you edit the columns, you can go down and see how everything, there's a plus next to everything. So you can put anything in your columns. So you can put theta, gamma, the Greeks. You can put, there's lots of things that you could put on there. The high, the close, 52-week low, 52-week high. All this information that they give you. The delta's right there. These are the ones I have, so there's negatives next to them. These are the ones I have on my columns already. I can pick any of these, so it gives you tons of information. So here's my columns. So obviously it's the calls here, the puts here, and the bid and the ask, and the strike prices. That's the main information that you need to know to sell the options. But if you move over to the left, it's got all this other information. So the change, so that would be how much it went up or down for the day, the volume, how many people are selling the options. I have the delta here, and I put implied volatility on there too. So those are the two things, the two main tools that I like to use when selling the options. I've been selling options on Carnival for a very long time, so I really don't use the delta. But if it's a new stock, you definitely want to use the delta. Number one thing, you want to use the delta when you're selling a new stock. So let me show you here. So when I go over and I find the delta, okay, on Friday, yesterday, which I'll show you in a minute, I sold the 30-50 puts, all right? So I sold the 30-50 puts. What's next to it? The delta, right? So it's 49.1, or 491, which is 49.1. So 49%, right? So that would leave 51% chance that it will not go in the money. So it's about a 50-50 shot as of right now. So it says 49. So there's 49% chance, it's 0.49, but it's a 49% chance that it will go into the money. So 51% chance that it will not go into the money. So the odds are just a hair in my favor of it not going in the money. But the way I play it is, if it goes in the money, I can still sell options the next week, you know, and still make money. Keep that money coming in, like we like to do. So that you need the delta. You need to know the percentage of it going in the money, and that's by expiration date. So you definitely want to look at that. Okay, so I'm going to get into yesterday's sale of the option I sold. Now this wasn't a roll, so I wasn't buying an option back and then reselling it. So when you buy it back, you have to pay money, right? So, and then when you sell it, you want to make more money than you paid back for it. That's where you get the difference, and that's where you make your money, all right? And this is on the time to expiration. That's where you make your money, on the time. A lot of people call it selling time. So I'm going to show you that video now. I didn't roll it, so I started off fresh, and I made really good money because I am in the money on the options that I have, most of them. So I do have to buy them back, so I have to pay money for that. But then I sell them for the next week, so I have an extra week's worth of time. So I do get paid for that extra week's worth of time. I'm buying them back at a certain expiration date. I'm selling it for a week later than that. So that week is where I get my money. Okay. So I'll show you the video now. Check this out. All right. What's up, guys? It is Friday. I'm putting a video out probably tomorrow. It's the 18th today of September. My Carnival Cruise Lines that I sell the options on dropped a good bit this morning, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I got a little bit of money left in my account, so I'm going to sell a put, make some great money. The put's going to go through earnings. The expiration date's going to go through earnings, so it's a great time to make really good money when it's earnings season. But I think I can make some good money on this option today. Hold on, I'll show you real quick. All right, so on Charles Schwab, I go to the trade page, go to options, hit Carnival Cruise Line, CCL, and then check the option chain right here. Okay, I'm gonna change the expiration date to from the 19th to the 3rd of October, so 2 weeks out. The earnings are September 29th. So it'll be through the earnings. The stock right now is at 30.62. I'm going to do a 30.50 put right here. So that means at $30.50, if the stock, I mean, let's say when they come out with their earnings and they didn't have the greatest of earnings and it drops a bit, if it goes below $30.50, I would have to buy the shares at $30.50. That's why I'm selling the option right now, is because it did drop. So I'm going to sell it at $30.50. It gives me a lower price if I do have to buy it. So that's why I'm doing that now. And when you buy the options, like I'm putting it out to the expiration date of the 3rd of October, right? So if you buy the option, you have till October 3rd I mean, say you buy an option, like a call option, and you're making money as it goes up. But what if it goes the other way? So if it goes the other way and it doesn't take much, you're going to lose a lot of money quick. And vice versa. If it goes up, you're going to make a lot of money quick. But if it goes the wrong way, that's not good for you. So then you have till October 3rd to make something happen. Buy it back if it's going the wrong way, and you'll still lose money. And you have a time commitment, so you have till October 3rd to make this happen. Selling the options, you either have to buy the shares or sell the shares. You don't lose all your money. I've seen some people lose all their money buying the options. So with this, there's no time commitment. If I have to buy these shares, I just buy them at $30.50, and the calls, when I sell those options, if it hits the strike price, whatever that may be, whatever you pick, then you would have to sell the shares. And even if the stock drops in half, right? Say it goes from 30 to 15, right? And you lose half your money. Selling the options, you own the shares. So you just wait it out. With buying the options, that's it. But it's by the expiration date. And then the game is over. So you can make money or lose a lot of money. But with owning the shares, and selling the options and just making money on the time, you don't have that problem. So that's why I do this, and I don't buy the options. I already did that before, and it worked great, and then it didn't. So I'll stick to this and keep making that money every week, like you see me doing these videos. All right, let's sell this option and make a little bit more money for the expiration date of the October 3rd. All right. All right, here we go. So let me see, the stock is down 84 cents right now. I'm going to, this says buy to open. No, I don't want to do that. I want to sell to open. I'm selling the option and opening the position. All right, so what am I going to get for this? Looking like $1.31. So I'm selling one option, so that would give me $134. All right, so let's try to get this money. Let me bump it up a penny. I'll adjust it if I have to. All right, so I'll review the order. And it goes over with here. Sell to open. 1 Carnival Cruise Lines. Option expiration date the 3rd. And the strike price is $30.50, and it's a put. Okay, so I'm going to place the order and see if I can make 134 bucks. All right, it's not going through, so let me check the status. Oh, it did go through. See, it says filled. So 134 bucks real quick with a little bit of money I had left in my account. Easy money. Just keep watching the videos, and this is just like a bonus weekend sale. So enjoy the rest of the video. All right, bye. So as you can see, an easy 134 bucks selling that option, which was great. That expiration date was October 3rd, so I'm going to add that to the options that I sell next week. The money will be added to those options that I sell, because I want them all the same expiration date, October 3rd. That's the way I do it. That's when I write down in my book, like you've seen. I put the amount for the week that I've made, and so that money that I made on Friday will go towards all the money that I make when I sell the options next week, all ending on October 3rd. So that gives you a good idea. I was gonna do a video on the depreciation of the options to expiration date, but I'll do that in another video. William commented on my last video, and he mentioned the delta, which I did do a video on that. You can check that out. But I wanted to explain to him, and I'm sure if he's asking the question, a lot of other people have the same question. So I wanted to go over that a little bit and explain that to you guys. So if you guys have any other questions, just put them in the comments, ask. I'll do a little research for you. I'll choose what I want to go over in the next video or a future video, and I'll explain it to you. So I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to make money. That's why I started this channel, for you guys to learn and make this easy money. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and the money, as you've seen in the videos, is super steady, right? I'm like, more people need to know about this, so I want you guys to make the easy money, you know, just like I am. It's not that difficult. You guys can, it's like learning a new language, okay? So it takes a little while to get it, right? But when you get it, you've got it forever. It never changes. So once you got it, you keep that money coming in, you know? So a language, you can speak another language. Great, that's awesome. I love it. But this puts money in your pocket, which I think is more beneficial. So hope you guys liked the video. In the comments, there's two things I was wondering, like where you guys are from. Put the state where you're from. I'm just curious. And how long you have been selling options, like if you're like a beginner or you know nothing and you're just starting, which I love. Actually, I had an ex-girlfriend's son that contacted me yesterday, was asking me about information on investing in general, right? He's like 23 years old, I believe. That made me so happy to just get a message from a younger kid wondering about investing, because the early years are the most important. That early money, that compound interest, it makes, okay, if you, any like S&P 500, for example, if you invest in the S&P 500, the money you put in will double about every 7 to 8 years, 7.5 years. It averages, the S&P 500 averages like 8 to 10% a year, which right now it's over 13% for the year, so it's a great year. Like this past week, it went up 1%. So the compound interest, I want everyone, and especially the younger people, to know later on in life, don't touch it, you know, just keep it compounding. And the money you put in today will be worth a lot of money when you go to retire. And then you're not that person that needs financial assistance and government help and all that crap, you know. You got it on your own. You could do this. You just got to, you know, invest early and get the ball rolling as early as possible. And that compound interest, you will be amazed. I'm doing it, okay? My dad was the one that was telling me years ago when I was a kid and I didn't want to listen to him. And come to the computer, he'd say, come look at this stock, come look at this stock. Dad, no, I want to go skateboard, you know, I wasn't into it. So obviously some of it sunk in. So I did it, and when I started my job and I got in the 401k, and that early money is turning into a substantial amount of money. So start early as possible. Don't touch the money. Put it in there. Learn to sell options. You can have the stock and make more money on top of the money that you're making. And that is cash money that goes into your account when you sell the options. It's not in the stock. So that's money that you can buy more shares with, sell more options with. It's like a big snowball, like a snowball that starts small going down a hill, and by the time it gets to the end of the hill, it's this huge snowball. Same concept with investing. If you invest in the right things. S&P 500, safest thing out there, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. But I'm telling you, It's something to look into, something to do. Your future self will be super happy with your choice of doing it. All right, well, I'm headed out. I'm gonna go to the river and have a little bit of fun and enjoy this weekend. So you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next week when we make more money, and have a good one. All right, take it easy.